So one of the questions I often get asked by people is, how do you build good internal links? Now, with the latest round of AI updates to Google's algorithm and even to Bing, and we're gonna see another core update sometime in March. With all of these updates, building internal links have become more important than they were ever before. And another reason why this is important is because now Google is emphasizing more on the quality of your content in addition to how people are engaging with your content and engaging with your website as a whole as compared to how your web page is optimized, uh, just solely based on its merits. So not only do you now need a very highly optimized web page, but you also need to ensure that your website as a whole is very well optimized. And this is where building good internal links come in. And I see a lot of people doing this incorrectly, and I see some people just relying on WordPress plugins like Link Whisperer, which is okay. But if you don't know how to build good internal Link Whisperer is it's not going to be as effective because you're going to be linking to a lot of low quality pages, and because you don't know exactly what needs to be done to build good internal links. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dive into the 5 things that I think of one of the most important parts of building good internal links. If you're not doing this, you're losing out on a great deal of link juice. You're also losing out on rankings that's literally on the table for you to take. And also with the previous updates, like the updates we saw in January, run parallel, the spam update, and then I think there were 2 updates that were running parallel. The helpful content update and the spam update were running at the same time in January. If you've been hit by that update, then this video is for you, because in 90% of the cases I've seen, it's because of those internal links that are not built properly. And so I'm just going to go into how to build internal links. Also, before I do, please like and subscribe. I do SEO for a living. So if you're looking for someone to do SEO for you, need a consultation, need someone to do an unbiased audit of your website, feel free to click on the link in the description, fill out the form, and get in touch with me, and I will email you, and then we can go from there. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this. The first thing you need to do is make sure that the pages that you are linking to have a high engagement. Now, what does this mean? So should have high engagement metrics means that people are engaging with that page. People are on that page. It has a low bounce rate. It has a high retention rate. If you're not sure of it, go and take a look at your Google Analytics for that page. Take a look at your Google Webmaster Tools for that page. Compare that data, and that will tell you exactly how good that page is. So because Google knows, and we can tell this from the data, that Google knows and can measure internal links that people are clicking on. So if you have links that people have not clicked on since the time you published that article, then that is a cause for concern, because that is probably not an article that people are interested in. That's not a link that people are interested in. So right off the bat, that goes out of the, just do not consider linking to that page. Also, I see a lot of people doing this because they see that Wikipedia does it. They have all the links at the bottom of their page. And if you're doing that, the chances of anyone clicking on that link is very low. Google sees that as someone just, building internal links to game the system. So if you just have all the links at the bottom of the page and for no reason, then you're again losing out on big wins, potentially big wins, because you're not eliciting user engagement. The goal should be to get people to engage with the link. And this is contrary to what people used to say in the past, is just put the links in and Google will crawl and then you will start ranking. But that is not the case anymore, at least with the latest round of updates that have already happened, as I mentioned, and then the updates that are going to come in May and March, and then in May, and then in sometimes in August. So you need to be prepared for that. And building a good internal links is always a good idea. So back to engagement. So make sure that the page you're linking to has a high engagement rate. Make sure it has value. Make sure that it's somehow connected to the page that you're linking from. So if you have a page about contact lenses, and then you have a link to another page that talks about, the types of contact lenses, or maybe the drawbacks of wearing contact lenses, and that is a relevant link. But take a look at if it has a high engagement rate, and then if people are interested in that article. And if you see that people are not interested in the article, find out why people are not interested in the article, spice up the article, add more information to it to make it engageable before you link to it. And so just keep that in mind. The second tip here is super topical relevance. I touched upon this earlier in the previous point, but super topical relevance means that it's super relevant to the content that you're publishing. And so it has good topical rank. So one of the ways that you can find, just know this is take a look at your pages that rank for that keyword from on Google from, let's say, from 2 to 10. So if you search for, let's say, contact lenses, does your page come up anywhere from position 2 to position 10? Do you see any of your pages coming up? Now, if you have a page that, let's say, is position 5 or 6 or 7, so that's a super relevant page, at least in the eyes of Google. And then you want to find another page that's also as relevant. So you'll use this, you'll put in yoursite.com, and then you put in your keyword. So what you're basically finding, what other keywords, what other pages are ranking for the same keyword. And essentially that's what you're trying to do. And then you put in the URL. So this eliminates the URL that you want to link from, because this is the link you want to link from. So Google will not consider the page that you want to link from. Instead, all the other pages on your website. So once you have a list of pages that are from 2 to 4, that are ranking, let's say, 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or maybe even on 10, you can then link to those pages from the page that you want to rank higher. And then from those pages, you link back to this page, which is also super relevant. And I think this is also something I discussed in my reverse silo article. You can also use the reverse silo style over here with the super relevance, with these super relevant pages. And this will just explode your rankings automatically once Google starts crawling and look at your website. But again, your website is not looked at as a single page. It's looked at as an entire website. So make sure that your entire website is well optimized before you start seeing any gains. So make sure that that's the case. The next thing is the context of the links. Now, if you have a page on contact lenses, talks about contact lenses, and you're linking to a page about glasses, it might be relevant if your website is about eyesight, but it's probably not relevant if your website is about simply contact lenses. And so what you're doing here is you're confusing Google by just having that page about glasses and types of glasses. If you have a category about glasses, because maybe you're selling glasses, then you have to tell visitors why they need to click on that link to learn more about glasses. So maybe it's a glasses versus contact lenses comparison, or a comparison of 2 different types of contact lenses, like contact lenses that are that everyday contact lenses, or ones that are embedded in your eyes surgically. So you have to tell visitors that instead of just adding a link. So just don't throw in the links with an anchor text and images. I find that images are a lot more relevant in terms of if you want to link to a page that has data and you have an infographic with a link to that page, and then with a caption that says you can learn more about contact lenses versus glasses over here, and click here, and then have an infographic about how many people wear contact lenses versus how many people wear glasses. And that's building relevance. And so once you build that relevance, you're eliciting people, you're encouraging people to click on to learn more, and they're staying longer on your website as a result. And so this also, with the context, Google sees this as people, when Google sees that people are clicking on the link and going to another page on your website, Google sees that that page is relevant to your page that's already ranking. And so automatically that page that's been linked to will also start ranking, and you don't need to worry about what anchor text you're using. You don't need to worry about how your anchor text is used. Just use the text that's most natural and describes what the link is about and what the infographic is about, and then why people should click on the link to go on that page. So all you need is to do that. So the fourth tip here is every link should be unique. Now, I see in the past, what we used to do, and even I used to do this, is we used to use a lot of anchor text. So if we wanted to optimize for contact lenses, we would have a lot of anchor text that would have like contact lenses, by contact lenses, colored contact lenses. And we'd have a lot of these, just to build these anchor text semantic relevance kind of thing within the website. But now that does not really matter, because if you're doing that, Google sees that as you trying to manipulate search rankings, and it will have a negative effect on your website as a whole. And some of my clients who have just recently come to me have had the same problem, and I fixed this, and just overnight their rankings have started to improve. So the easy thing to do here is to avoid the exact match versus the partial match or debate. You don't need to worry about any of this. What you need to do is you need to describe the link. And for instance, if you're linking to an article that says contact lenses versus glasses, just the anchor text can be learn more about why glasses are better than contact lenses, and that can be an anchor text. And then you can have another anchor text to the different types of colored contact lenses, and that can be an anchor text. And there could be a page that talks about the different colors available if you want to change the color of your eyes and you want to use contact lenses to do that. So you can have that as another link. And so that would not only ensure that you're not over optimizing, but also tells Google that you're not trying to game the system. And Google can now tell the relevance. So it can tell when a contact lens, when a website is about contact lenses, and what kind of contact lenses the website is about, and if it's selling contact lenses, or if it's an affiliate for websites that sell contact lenses. So you don't need to keyword stuff your anchor text anymore. Though I would still recommend that you have at least 2 to 3% exact anchor text on your website as a whole if you want to rank for a specific keyword, but do not overdo it, because now with the latest round of updates, you're going to be hit. So the last one, and congratulations to making it to the last point over here, is to drop all your low value links. Now, if you watch my video on Yandex, it talks about one of the ranking factors was that if you have a lot of low quality pages on your website, and you just created pages to create pages and to just try and have more content to have a larger website, those pages that are not ranking, or the ones that are not ranking as well, will weigh down your website. And the same thing is with Google. So you want to drop a lot of low quality, low value links. So remove links from your page. So if you want to rank a page and it's on, let's say it's number 3 or number 4, you want to improve its ranking. So one of the things you should do is you remove links to pages from that page that are low quality or low value, ones that are not engaging. So if you see people are clicking on that link and then they're instantly bouncing off, or they're not spending as much time as they should to read the page, then it means that that link is not relevant. It should be removed. Also, links that go to a spammy page. So if it's just a bunch of advertising on the page, remove that page. Do not link to it. Against pages with a lots of that has a high bounce rate as it is. So if it's if you created a page and since the beginning you've only seen that the bounce rate is very high to begin with, do not link to it. Try to find out why the bounce rate is high and address that issue before moving on, and then add links or replace those links with links that will keep users engaged. And so, folks, this is how you can build internal links. There's a lot more to it, but this is like the absolute ground level stuff that you need to do to your website if you're doing your own SEO. If you like the video, like and subscribe. You can watch one of my previous videos about the Yandex ranking factors, and that will tell you a lot about where this is coming from. I have another video that just goes into like the ranking factors as a whole that's coming up. And I talk about, the ranking factors that should matter to us in 2023 with AI and Bing and all of this AI thing going on. So guys, if you like the video, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.